There we go. There's a story about Will Smith, and somebody went to see him, and he had all over his office, he had all these different storyboards, pictures of different things all over the wall, and it just looked absolutely chaotic. And the person asked him, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" He's like, "Oh no, it's my movie. It's like different scenes from the movie and what I'm creating." And they said, "Oh my gosh, how do you even know where to start with a movie?" And he said, "Oh, well, it's easy. You start with the end." He said, I always develop my very last scene first, because that's the vision I have, is how I want the movie to end. Then once I know how it's going to end, then I can develop the rest of the movie. Then I can like kind of do that. And so I love having strategic things that I do in my business, that it's this, and then I work it backwards. Okay. So you guys, a welcome call is such a good strategy. If you know, oh, I'm committed to Ruby this month, I'm committed to Pearl this month, I'm committed to Sapphire this month, committed to Emerald this month, whatever it is, if you know what that is, then you can use a welcome call to kind of help build it backwards. So I'm going to bring Tina Joy Carroll on, because she has an amazing story about welcome calls. She really does. She's implemented them huge in her business to help create momentum and promotions and all kinds of things. But Tina, in case you don't know her, she is one of our Red Diamond leaders. She went through the ranks of Trinot in a record time. She holds many, many records for that, but she has been in the network marketing space for many, many years. She is a leader's leader. I don't know anybody in Trinot that actually works harder than she does, just so you know. Her commitment and her vision for her team are incredible. She has been speaking on stages for, Eric Worre, Ray Higdon, and others. Okay. But what I want you to know is she, in my opinion, is one of the best and the best in network marketing, and her team is winning hugely. So Tina Joy Carroll, can you just take it away? Talk to us about what welcome calls have done for your business and what your experience has been.
Yeah, the first lesson I'm going to teach you is in showing up and prepared. So I was asleep last night when she texted me and asked me, and then when I apparently needed sleep, because I didn't wake up until 8:30 today, which is so rare. Usually I'm up at 6, but my body needed rest. And so when I seen it, I had literally 26 minutes to commit and come upstairs. So there was no time to get myself together. It was, are you going to show up when you're being asked? And the answer is always yes, right? So here we are. I'm still in my pajamas. My eyes, I'm still getting the crusties out of my eyes. I'm still just waking up to hang out with you guys this morning. I don't know if you guys are sensitive to light when you first wake up, but that's why I'll keep rubbing my eyes, because I'm just still sensitive to light because I just woke up. But it's one of my favorite topics to talk about, because welcome calls changed my entire business. I remember not this past January, but the January before, I was feeling just like I was hitting a wall in my business, and I didn't know why. I was like, I don't know. I'm doing everything I know to do. Like, I don't know what the deal is or where I can improve. And so the only thing I could do was to reach out to someone who is where I wanted to be. So I reached out to Ms. Jennifer Dowd, and I just said, this is where I'm at. I don't know what the missing link is, or what I'm missing, or why we've been at this rank for such a long time. But I'm ready to get past it, and I'll do anything you tell me to do. Anything at all you tell me to do, I'll do it. And so that's when she said, let's talk about welcome calls. She's like, I know that you have ran your business just using social media the whole time you've done it. But I think doing a good mixture of what I'm going to teach you and continuing to do what you're doing is going to change everything for you. And so that's when she jumped on a training with me and explained to me how to do welcome calls. And I got with Sarah Hollingsworth at the time, and I just said, do you want to commit to doing these with me? And because she, at the time, I was an emerald, and she was a ruby. As a matter of fact, I didn't even hit emerald that January. I missed it by like 1,800 points. I was technically a sapphire when I reached out to Jen. And I just knew I was capable of more. I'd done way more than that in my previous gigs. And so she taught me how to do welcome calls, which she's going to teach you all the ins and outs and what to do and what to say. So I'm not going to tell you those things. What I am going to tell you is that for me, I knew I had to start with the people that were already in my business and then continue with the new people coming into the business. So the first thing I did was I reached out to my current team. I said, listen, I'm offering these 15, 30-minute sessions just to jump on and talk to you about your goals and your dreams. And then I did as many of those as I could in a day. This is what I want to say. Some people will get like in their head about the time and all of that. You control your calendar. And so I created a link where people could sign up for a welcome call in the hours that I was available. I didn't make myself like ever present and like people could just choose any hour of any day, right? Like I blocked off specific time slots where I could do this. And so, and I also, if I'm being honest with you, I did it in my most productive times of the day, meaning when I was at my highest energy, when I felt my best. Like I learned very quickly, me doing welcome calls in the evening, I wasn't giving the person my all, because by the evening, like a lot of you, after you've done all the things, your energy just isn't as high, right? And so I knew I needed to do them earlier in the day to have my highest energy and maybe only open up one evening a week and make sure my workload was light during the day. So I was still at my highest energy in the evening to capture those people who couldn't do welcome calls during the day. And long story, very, very short, was in in January, I just told you I was a sapphire, missed emerald by 1,800 points. And in March, I went diamond. And that was 100% from welcome calls. And it continued to just grow and change my business and change the businesses of my entire team as we did this. And here is why, you guys. The online build is incredible because you can build online, right? It doesn't require you to be in a meeting. It doesn't require you to be somewhere, but it also, at the same time, it takes away that personal, intimate connection with people if we aren't careful. And no one had ever pointed that out to me or talked to me about that. All I'd ever known was what I'd known, right? We don't know what we don't know. And so when Jen pointed that out to me and said, Tina, if you'll add this piece to what you're already doing, you'll become unstoppable. And of course, Jen's an 8-figure earner. Jen's not going to lie to me. Anything she tells me to do is because she cares about me and wants to see me do as well or better than she's done. So I didn't ask any questions. I just said, yes, ma'am, tell me how to do it. Send me the form and I'll follow it and I'll do it. And so that's what I did. And it was a lot of calls, y'all. In the beginning, I was going through keep in mind, I'd already been in the business since June before. So anyone that was already in my business, I offered it to them as we're bringing new people into the business, because it was a little bit of a slower time because we weren't in momentum yet, because I just started the calls. And so all I could do was work with what I had. And I'll tell you what the result of that ended up being. I ended up meeting people, because I didn't just open it up to the people that I personally had signed up. I was like, anyone in the team, if they were willing to jump on a call with me, I'm willing to do this. Basically kind of using them as my practice before we started with brand new people. And so long story short, again, is that I was able to hear testimonies of these people who were basically just product users that were signed up as an associate, that was life-changing testimonies on products that it didn't even occur to them to go share that with the world. They were just so thrilled that they felt better, that they never once thought, oh, if I'll go and share this, it'll help me make money. And so I was able to capture those stories first and foremost and encourage them to go share that and help create income in a business for them. But also it built a connection between the two of us because I was hearing their story. I was just being a good listener, which is a huge part of leadership, is just listening to what other people want and ask them. Like, Janet, tell me what, I feel like I'm always picking on Janet because she's always front and center on my Zoom these days. Like always. Like, Janet, what is it you want? Like, most people aren't even at a place where they can quite dream big enough to maybe the dreams that you have, because life's been hard on them. And then finding out, like, my God, it would be incredible if I could just make $600 a month. And I'm like, holy cow, I can show you how to make $600 a month. Are you kidding me? Let's go. And then I bought this, and I'm going to show it to you. Hang on, let me grab it. I'm getting all organized here in my new office. We just had all this custom cabinetry built, and I feel like a new human as I get it organized. But I got this whiteboard, and I got a whole bunch of colored whiteboard markers and erasers. And on the back of this, I wrote, this board makes me millions of dollars. because that's all I do on welcome calls is I use this board and I draw out for each individual person how they can make the dream that they set for themselves come true. And I help them to even figure that out. And then I help, like, this is one I did yesterday, a welcome call I did yesterday. As you can see, I didn't even know I was doing this training. Normally I erase this so I don't have these weird stains on my boards, but God knew I was going to be on this training this morning with Jen. I just didn't know yet. And so here we are. And this just shows you where I'm mapping out for her first steps. Let's get you to Jade. And here is how we do it. And this is the money that's on the table for you. Oftentimes we think that people just they've seen enough of the stuff, or they've been in the group long enough that they know the money that's on the table for them, right? And they don't. They're completely unaware of the money that's on the table for them, right? And then I also do this, and I think this is super important, is I tell them, listen, I want you to have a long-term vision and short-term goals. Like, I added this to this because I didn't want people to feel defeated if they didn't hit Jade. The last thing I wanted was to make them feel like they weren't good enough if they didn't hit the thing that we drew out for them. So I tell them, I want you to have long-term vision and short-term goals, okay? How we end this month or next month, whatever their qualification period is just the beginning steps. I want you to understand that it took me X amount of time before I started earning money in this industry. And the long-term vision was I wanted to be a millionaire in this industry and make over $1 million. And that took me 7 years. Do you think I care that it took me 7 years to get there? Right? Because I want to paint a picture for them that we're not just going for Jade. Jade is just what we're after right this second. But really what we're after is how far can we get them in this comp plan? And I don't want them to feel defeated if they don't do it. And then I say, but let's run with all we have to get it. Because why in the world would we leave this much money on the table? Why would we do that? It would be crazy to. So let's shoot for it. Let's go for it and let's try to get it. And you guys, my business just continued to double and then double again, and then double again, and then double again. And Jen, if you don't mind, I'm going to let Sarah Hollingsworth speak for just a second on the same subject, because she was the one that said, yes, I'll do it with you. Let's just go all in and do it. And Sarah had been stuck at Ruby for months, you guys. For months, she had been at Ruby since the month she joined. She joined the business, popped to Ruby immediately. And now we're in January of the next year, and she's still a Ruby. And she's beginning to think that maybe she doesn't have it anymore. Maybe this profession isn't for her. And she decided to jump in and do these with me. So Sarah, share yours, and then we'll let Jen tell them how to do it.
Yeah, no, it was fun to listen to you like talk about that, because that's honestly one of my favorite memories of this business just since we joined, was Tina and I digging in so hard. It was a lot of work, guys, because we had to go back, right? We had to go back to everybody we'd already recruited. It was hours and hours and hours, and her and I texting each other while we're on the Zoom together, like, I'm real tired. Could take a little break. Nope, we got 2 more to do. And it was really fun. But I loved the connections we made. And I was actually thinking about that while we were at convention, the connections that we made. I mean, that I made with people on her team that I don't benefit from, but I was on their welcome call. We did it together. Or, you know, just building that there was a deep connection that was created. And you guys, it changed my business. It was really a lot of work. It was a lot of work, I won't lie. But it was insane what happened when this is a business of people, right? And sometimes we get so focused on our own goals or our paychecks that we miss the fact that this is really about others. This business is, and especially being here at Trinot, we're about helping others. And so it was so beautiful to be able to do that. And it literally did change my business, guys. I was still doing all the same things, right? Still pumping out the content, still sending the messages, except now the cogs started to turn, because now we had people that maybe didn't have that vision before we started. Now they had a vision. Now they were like, oh, wait, this is doable for me. Now I have a plan. I have it mapped out. And they started to move like they hadn't before. So we were still moving forward in the water with the new things we're bringing in, but now the cogs in the wheel of our boat are turning. And so the two things together was just insane momentum. And like Tina said, that for me, for sure, that was the reason that I hit the ranks as I started to hit it. Like, obviously stuff happened in the business that helped, But if we hadn't been doing that, we would not be where we are today. I 100% believe that.
Now,
Not
and
that
I
we
want to
wouldn't
add
do
this
it.
to this, Sarah, real quick, is that this was pre-transform,
Yeah.
pre-activate DHS, any of those hot things that you guys are getting to sell now. We built, Sarah and I built the biggest businesses of our careers on collagen and enrich. So we know what's possible and what these welcome calls can do for your business because we did it. And we did it on the products that we currently had. And it wasn't any weird momentum because of a new product launch or anything like that. As a matter of fact, we did it through when the website completely was shut down for a few days, when things were crazy wonky for months with the website as they figured out what had happened with the switchover. And so I just wanted to add that because I think that's so important that you understand we built the biggest businesses of our career with welcome calls, with the products before Transform came.
Yeah, that's such a good point because I do think people think that they have to have a hot new product to really make their business grow. You absolutely do not. You absolutely do not. If you have the right skills and tools, we say this all the time. Like I could sell snow to an Eskimo if I have the right tools, if I have the right skills, and we do have that here. Jen's going to explain that to you. But really, guys, like if you just take messy action with this, Jen's going to give you all the tools on how to do a welcome call. But if you just take action with this, if you just start reconnecting with your team, it will make such a massive difference if you start implementing this right now, because we're walking proof of that. And it's something I will do my entire career now because I've seen how well it works. I'll turn it back over to Jen.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. I was just scrolling through my phone while you were texting, Sarah, and I have this little group of texts that starts on April 25th of 2023. So this is from Tina, and it says, I've done 117 welcome calls since 1/13/23. You guys, she did 117 welcome calls. Talk about being coachable, by the way. And she says, I freaking did it. I hit Diamond Max. I will make $64,500 this month with a bunch of crying eyes. Okay. She was so funny. I'm gonna go through this and I'm gonna, record her stats, but she was so cute. She would come in every couple of weeks and she'd say, oh my gosh, I just did this many welcome calls. This is how much my volume grew. Okay. You guys, I cannot tell you how huge this is. Okay. If you were at the national convention, thank you so much, Sarah, for what you shared. So, I mean, there was so much gold in everything both of you said. And thank you, Tina. But if you were at convention, I had the 3 buckets on the stage, right? And I said, this is your warm market. This is your social market, your warm market, your social market. This is your messenger. And then, the 3rd bucket is this is where the connection happens. The social media build, you guys, is incredible. But at some point, there has to be connection. There just has to be connection if you want this to be sticky. And there is something so different in being signed up as an associate in comparison to being enrolled as a Trinont associate. And that's, to me, what the welcome call does. It takes somebody from being signed up in Trinont to actually being enrolled. I mean, they're in it. And that's what we want, you guys. We don't want people just signed up in Trinont. We want them in it, like in it to win it kind of a situation, right? We want them to understand the game plan. And so what happens so many times is we get somebody started in Trinont and it's almost like a treasure map. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a treasure. It's buried in your city. You guys, there's $1 million in the treasure box, or maybe we're saying there's $1,000 in the treasure box, whatever it is. But they know, oh, there's the potential to earn $1 million here. And we tell them, okay, here's the keys to the car. Go find your $1 million treasure. And we can't figure out why they're not excited to go do it. But I want to ask you, if somebody handed you the keys to the car and said, there's $1 million treasure buried in your city, would you even have a clue where to start to go look for it? You might get in your car excited, and then you'd be like, even if they handed you a key to the treasure box, you'd be excited, but where in the world are you going to go find it, right? It's completely different when we hand them a map that leads to the treasure box. And to me, that's what a welcome call is. It's that map that leads them to where they want to go. And if you don't know why your team is not excited about doing the things, there's a good chance they don't know what the things are that they're supposed to be doing. Okay. So let's get into the guts of the welcome call. And I love what Tina said. The welcome call can be for the brand new person, but it can also be for somebody that's been in your team that like failed to launch. Like really, nobody ever did anything with them. And leaders, can we be real? Sometimes there are people in our teams that do not do the things they're supposed to do with their brand new people. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to leave your multi-million-dollar business in somebody else's hands, you're going to pay a price to do it. There is nothing wrong with calling people to do a welcome call, and they've already had the welcome call. Great. At least you didn't let it slide through the cracks. I promise you right now, we all have people that came into our organizations that could have been a Blue Diamond leader that quit because nobody ever connected with them. They gave up. They didn't know what to do. Nobody connected with them. And you might think, oh no, that's just leaders who've already been in network marketing. No, my friend, Tina Joy Carroll at one time was not a network marketer. I at one time was not a network marketer. You at one time were not. Somebody connected with us and caused us to believe we could. Okay. You get to be that person. You guys, the greatest part about network marketing is that we get to be the person that actually shows somebody that they can. And if that doesn't excite you, my friend, you're in the wrong profession. Okay. Seriously. If that doesn't do something for you, I don't know what to say. Then I'm a little bit worried about you. Okay. That should excite you, taking somebody to that place. So I'm going to put this welcome call graphic up here. I want you to just see the process. Thank you to Black Diamond Veronica Singh for typing out my brain. She did this for me. I haven't updated it recently, but I think it's all just still the same. So here we go. This is in Power Players. It is in the files. You can actually type in welcome call, and there is a file somewhere there in Power Players that you can find this. Okay. I will also make sure that I send it to Tina. I think Tina has it already, but any of your leaders, you guys can reach out. So here's how the welcome call process goes. Okay. First of all, who makes the welcome call? You do. Whoever you are. I don't care if you're the sponsor, the Jade, the Pearl, the whatever. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as too many welcome calls. So somebody tells you they've already had one. Great. Even better. Okay, cool. All right. So here's the goal of the welcome call. The goal of the welcome call is to get them in action, building their business. Okay. Also, you are on a leader hunt. Every one of you is on a leader hunt. We are here to find and develop leaders. It is extremely hard to find leaders if we're not hunting for them. I love a welcome call because it helps me to find out who's who. If this person is somebody that I want to invest in, actually, okay? I find out a lot in this leader call. I find out what their goals are. You guys, way too many times we put our goals onto somebody else and it actually turns them off instead of turning them on. I mean, Tina said sometimes she'll call people and they're like, oh my gosh, I just want to make $600 a month, right? Okay. If I am putting my why on somebody else, I can't tell you, like in my beginning days, I was so excited that I had retired Darren. Well, we retired him together because he was building just as hard as I was, that I would talk about how we had replaced Darren's income and he is home with our family. Okay. I cannot tell you how many women said to me, oh yeah, no, I don't ever want my husband home with me. Okay. They weren't even liking their husband. So when I'm talking about my husband being home all the time and all the things we're doing, I think I'm pushing the gas, but I'm pushing the brakes. Okay. That's nothing they would want. So you've got to find out why people are building so you know how to push their gas pedal. Also, if somebody only cares about making 1,000 or 2,000 a month, and you're all excited about pushing them into 10,000 a month or 100,000 a month, you're turning them off instead of on. You're pushing too hard. You also may approach this because you're a person that only cares about 1,000 to 2,000 a month. You may be taking them down the slow train when to them, it's not even worth it to them unless they can make $10,000 a month. So you need to be pushing them harder. Okay. This is your discovery call. Write that down. This is your discovery call to learn about the person you will be leading. You're going to find out what motivates them. What motivates this person? Is it money? Are they money motivated? Okay, that's great. Easy on a money motivated person. You definitely better be drawing that money out for them. Are they motivated by helping somebody else? Well, you can talk about money all day long. and you should still talk about the money, but you're going to want to talk more to them in order to light their fire about who they're going to help. They're the save the world kind of people. It's all about impact. Some of us are motivated by competition. I happen to be one of those people. Well, then I'm going to be talking about, Tina, we're going to get you to Jade faster than we've gotten anybody to Jade in this company. And I'm going to bring you on the welcome call Wednesday. And you're going to talk about how you did this in 3 days. And people are going to be freaking out and they're going to wonder who you are and how you did it. And everybody's going to be blowing your phone up. And I'm going to make a big deal about her setting records. And guess what? If she responds to that, and usually kind of how I do it, how I get them pushed early on is I'll talk about going Jade in their first week. I actually do talk about that as well as their first month. And I'll say, you know, I have an idea. I actually have an idea for you. I should probably take this stop share off real quick while I'm talking to you. I'll say, I have an idea for you. This isn't for everybody, but it's just an idea I have for you. And, you know, I don't want to stress you out. But for people who are like highly motivated, I'll say this to them just like this, highly motivated, like big go-getters, really want to make things happen. I mean, there is a way we could do this in the next 24 hours. But I want to stress you out. I don't want to stress you out. And then I'll even pull it back. I'll say, never mind. We're not even going to talk about this. Let's just stick with the original plan of getting you to Jade in the next week or month. That's going to be fine. And I make them beg me for the information. I want them to beg me for it. No, I want to do it. I wanted to. I know you could do it in record time, but I just don't want to stress you out. No, I want to do it in record time. And I'll make them like keep at me for the information because I don't want to stress them out. That's the real deal. You push the wrong person too hard, they're out. They're out of the game. But the person that is competition motivated, that's motivated, they're going to grab that and they're going to say, no, tell me, I want to know more. And then I'm going to, okay, we're doing this in the next 24 hours. This is how we're going to do it. Okay. So you guys, I find out if they're competition motivated, money motivated, help the world motivated. Are they motivated? Like do they just want to be part of a community? Like, are they so excited about Mojo Mornings? And that's all, you know, we're going to find the things out. Okay. So let's go through the welcome call. Here it is. All right. So the very first thing on the welcome call is I'm calling and I don't care who I am in their upline, doesn't matter. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, Sarah, I am so excited you answered. Listen, I'm one of your leaders in Trinant. My name is Jennifer Dowd. I'm so excited to meet you. I wanted to personally call you and welcome you to the Trinant team and our Trinant family. Okay. Listen, I'm so excited to find out what you are excited about with Trinant. Seriously, I can't wait to know. What got you so excited enough to get started? Was it the products or was it the opportunity? That's my first question. Was it the products or the opportunity? Okay. And sometimes you guys, I will precede that question with this one. If Sarah's seeming a little bit chatty with me, I will sometimes say, oh my gosh, I am so excited just to get to know you. I do put a little bit more fluff in here than what I have on this bare bones script. I'll say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get to know you and just find out what you're passionate about. What are you passionate about, Sarah? Okay. I will ask her what she's passionate about. Do you know that when people talk about what they're passionate about, it actually releases serotonin and dopamine in their brain? And when that gets released, they're feeling all the feels and they're going to be way more open to what you're talking about. And they're actually going to trust you more. It is proven. So if you can get them talking about what they're passionate about, not only are you going to find out their why without even asking what their why is, probably, you're going to find out a whole bunch of things and they're going to be on your side in this conversation. Okay. So I like to ask them that. Now, the next thing is, are you more excited about the product or the opportunity? If they have not already told me, okay? So if they're excited about the products, I'm going to take them down a funnel because I want them to know there is opportunity and I want to show them how easy it would be for them to simply share what they're excited about and make money, obviously, okay? There is a large chance that whoever signed them up and got them excited about the products never even told them about the opportunity, okay? So maybe they're going to say the products. My response is always, oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my gosh, the products excited me too. Okay. Talk to me about the products. What product is it that excited you the most and why? Okay. If they haven't already told me that, then I'm going to get them to there. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to them about, listen, do you have, oh my gosh, I have such a crazy idea for you. So maybe Sarah used our CBD and her back doesn't hurt anymore. Like, it's, I mean, you guys know Bree Richardson came into Trinont because of a product experience with CBD. Craziest story ever. Okay. So maybe that's her story. Oh my gosh, it's my back. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, Sarah, do you think that if you knew other people who had a back issue, I mean, do you think you would actually naturally share with them that you have found a solution to back issues? Well, she's going to tell me, yeah, of course I would. Okay. Well, has anybody showed you how you can make money when you do that? I'm going to ask her that. No, nobody has showed me. Oh my gosh, Sarah. Okay. So I just know the next person with a backache, you're going to share this. So I want to show you how, when you give them your advice about what can help their back, how you can make money. Is there any way you can hop on a Zoom with me for like 10 minutes real quick? Okay. And my favorite thing is to get them on a Zoom right then. Okay. I'll just send them my link, pop them on. Okay. The next thing I'm doing is I'm literally drawing out Jade for them. I'm drawing out Jade for them. And I am that whiteboard that Tina has. Okay. My whiteboard is down on my dining room table because I did my Zooms in my dining room yesterday. But if you guys do not have a whiteboard and dry erase markers, I don't believe you're doing Trinont. Not really, but truly, that is an investment you get to do today. Get on Amazon, order yourself a little portable whiteboard and some markers, because you better be drawing circles all the time, every day. Okay, you should always be drawing circles. So I am now going to draw her map. I'm going to show her. I'm going to show her what would happen if she shared with 3 people and how easy it would be to share with them a quick, even 10-minute video. Okay. And you guys, there are so many different ways I go with this conversation, but I love the 10-minute video. And you heard me at conference say that I always say to people, listen, even if you just want the product, it's fine. I just want to get you started with your products in the way that would be best for you. Before I get you started as a customer, I just want you to watch a quick 10-minute video. Okay. You guys, I have literally sent Kylie Rigler's 10-minute video to probably thousands of people. Not a joke. Okay. I love how she does it. I just love how she does it. I've done my own 10-minute video. It's great. It's fine. But I love how Kylie does it. And why would I reinvent a wheel that's working amazing? Okay. I also love Tina's 13-minute overview about the daily health system. Tina probably has no idea, but I probably sent that video out to, I don't know, probably 300 people minimum. Okay. So I'm just telling you, I use the videos that I love, but I just let them know, listen, at the end of the video, just let me know if you want to be a regular customer or if you want to have a wholesale account. Okay. You guys, I don't care what word you use for it. I say a wholesale account because sometimes the word affiliate or an associate is a buzzword that turns people off. So I just use wholesale account. The fact is, I did the math yesterday, and on a platinum pack, people are saving over $300 by getting a platinum pack. Well, in my opinion, that's a wholesale deal. Okay. So every one of the packs is a discounted rate. And that's, that's great. That's even if they're getting the buy more, save more deal. So in my brain, that's, how I tell myself that story. But the whole point is, I'm going to show them now how they can actually go Jade. I'm going to show them how they would bonus $200 every time they sign up a platinum pack. Okay. And then I'm going to just ask them, I'm going to say, I'm going to go down a crazy road with you. Okay. Just a crazy road. Let's just go here. Why don't you tell me really quick the names of 3 people that you think could benefit from our products? Okay. And you guys, I literally, while they're on with me, I write those names in the circles. Oh, mom, sister, best friend. Okay. And I really get dialed in with them about what those people's problems are. And I ask them, do they have any other health issues? Oh, okay, great. Now they're telling me all their health issues. And then I'll say, okay, well, this is kind of a weird question, but do they have any need for extra income? And I even ask them, do any of them need a new car? Literally, because we have the Jeep program. So I'm kind of digging around. And then I show them how we can solve these 3 people's problems. And then I give them a little script that they can use to invite them to look at something that might help solve their problem. That's it. Okay. But I literally draw out the money. I'm drawing out how they could make $600 in bonuses when they get them each started on the platinum pack. I'm showing them how they can make the extra $1,000 bonus. I'm showing how they make $250 at Jade. I'm showing how they can get the $350 Jeep stipend. I'm showing them how they're going to make $2,200 in the next few days or the next week if they want to, or the next month. And I let them know, listen, even if it took you a month, would it be worth it? If it took you, 2 months to get this done, would it be worth it? But what if we could just do it in the next week, right? Okay, so that's where I go with the product, okay? I'm still drawing out the money. There's no 10 and 3, so scratch that, but we're showing how they can get to Jade. Now, the next thing is if they tell me it's the opportunity, then I ask them, hey, did anybody take time to draw out how much money you could make in your first month in Trinot by simply sharing what you're excited about? Okay, kind of the same thing that I say with the products. Okay, if they say yes, I say, oh my gosh, okay, you're already a step ahead. Has anyone actually scheduled a grand opening with you yet? If they say yes, then my response is, that is awesome. When is that happening and who's helping with that call? And then I'm going to edify the leader. Oh, Tina's doing that for you. Oh my gosh, Tina is absolutely incredible. I love her. When's the call? Where's the call? How is it happening? I already have an appointment scheduled at that time. But listen, if for some reason what I'm doing falls through, I would love to be a part of that. Okay. And you guys, if I can be a part of it, I will. If your team is small enough that you can be a part of that, I would be a part of every one of those that you can be a part of. Okay. Why? Because you're the most powerful leader in your team. In your brain, you better be the most powerful leader in your team. There's probably a better chance that maybe you would help get somebody signed up than that brand new person, right? So I love doing that. And I have worked my way into some of these overviews and it has been amazing. Now I might not do it. Okay. Maybe I won't. Maybe I already have something scheduled, but now I know they're taken care of. Now, if they tell me nobody has scheduled a grand opening for them yet, okay, then I'm actually saying, hold on just a second. So if this is Sarah Hollingsworth that I'm with, and I know Tina has sponsored her, and Sarah is telling me, hey, nobody has scheduled my grand opening yet, then I'm going to say, hold on just a second. And I'm going to 3-way call Tina on, and I'm going to say, I'm going to connect the call, and I'm going to say, Tina, I'm so excited. I actually have Sarah on the call right now. Sarah is so fired up. We just drew out how she can make $2,200 this month. She's excited out of her mind. Her goal is actually to make $10,000 in Trinot every month, but she is jacked out of her mind about her first $2,200. And I just want to know, what time in the next 24 hours could you make a grand opening happen with her? Or maybe I say the next 48 hours. I like doing it in the next 24 while they're still hot and excited. Okay. So now Tina is telling me, oh, I can do it tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. So I am actually coordinating, making sure this thing happens. Now, if Tina tells me I can't do it in the next 24 or 48 hours, I'm booking it myself. I'm going to say, okay, Tina, that's great. I'm going to go ahead and do it for her so that we get it done right away. Okay. If I can't get a hold of Tina, I'm booking it, and then I'm getting a hold of Tina and letting her know that I booked this with Sarah. Would she like to do it, or would she like me to do it? Or would she like to do it together? Okay. One thing I do want to note, you don't want to make the upline feel left out. The point is not to cut off somebody's head. The point is that you don't know if people are doing what they're supposed to be doing or not. So you're getting the job done. Also, clarity. There is no line where your team ends and somebody else starts. Okay. There's no such thing. Get in there. Always edify the upline leader. Can I say this 5 million times for the guy in the back? Make sure you're edifying their upline leader. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're working with Tina. Tina's amazing. She's leading a huge expansion here in Trinot. Always edify that leader. You're not trying to, to sabotage the leader here. You want to edify them. And the goal really is to get that upline leader involved in that launch with you. Okay. If this is not your own sponsored person. However, if the upline is not doing the deal and they're not available and they're not going to do it, you're doing it. Okay. You are not letting this person slide through the cracks. Now, the only other
Can
thing.
I add something to that?
Yes, Tina. Yes.
Just real quick, I want to say this. Don't be the upline that is territorial and this is my team and nobody else can talk to them. You have such incredible leaders here at Trinot all the way up that it is a blessing if someone reaches down and wants to help in your organization. That is actually taking the workload off of you. And I've seen just in my time in doing these, a few people get put off, or that's my team, leave them alone. That that is a scarcity mindset, and it will cause you to stay even more stuck than you ever thought you'd be. So anytime Jen is talking to someone in my downline, or Bree is talking to someone in my downline, or Kylie's talking to someone in my downline, or Mindy's talking to someone in my downline, I'm overjoyed. I'm like, man, I joined the right team, because they all care about the success of me and everyone that came after me. So shift your mindset on that. If you found yourself getting a little like, ooh, but I don't like this particular style that my upline does. God created us all different for a reason, because we all bring something different to the table. And that upline could have what it takes to get that person, your organization, moving.
Amen to that. Amen. Also, side note, two biggest things that'll kill your business. One is ego and the other is drama. Run from either. Okay. No ego, no drama, unless you want your business to die altogether. Okay. If you're having a problem because somebody's calling your downline, it's an ego problem. I'm calling you out on it right now. It is what it is. It's an ego issue. Unless they're doing something that's de-edifying to you, which I highly doubt would be happening. Okay. So make sure you're edifying all the way. And I'm going to add to what Tina is saying is sometimes somebody else can light your person's fire better than you can. There are people in my team that I'm not their cup of tea. Okay. I'm grateful there's somebody else that can be somebody's cup of tea. And you know what? There's going to be somebody in their downline. They aren't their cup of tea. It just is what it is. Take the help, like Tina said. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to add here. Okay. So how should this be? At the end of the welcome call, the goal is that you have a grand opening scheduled with them. What is a grand opening? That would be them putting people in front of the business, either through a Zoom, or they're doing a Facebook Live, or they're sending videos out to people, they're ad tagging people on one of the Facebook groups, whatever it is, whatever your team system is of actually, getting that person going. Okay. That is the goal. The goal is that person is now in action. You know what their goals are. You know what their short-term goal is. You know what their long-term goal is. You know what their why is. And they understand what these first steps are to success for them. Okay. Now, and they also understand how to invite somebody. So whether I'm drawing out how to make money for the guy that just wanted to get customers, or the guy that wanted to build the business, or gal, it does not matter. I am drawing that money out, you guys. I want to be very clear. I am putting in the circles the names of their people. If they're building the business, they join because they want to build a team. I literally ask them, tell me who your dream team is. Tell me who you would most want to do this with if their opinion didn't matter. So if anybody you wanted to would do this with you, who would you want it to be? Who do you want to lay on the beaches of the world with? I've been on over 30 free incentive trips all over the globe. Mindy Diebel has laid next to me on a lounger on most of them, and I've had other of my best friends lay next to me on the lounger. Who do you want laying next to you on the lounger on all these trips? That's who we need to be inviting. And then I am literally digging in, how would Trinot bless them? Do they have a health issue? Do they have a finance issue? Like, what's their issue? And I am hand feeding them an inviting script so that I'm taking the pressure off of them. They know exactly what to say. Okay, so that's that. Now, next thing. Okay. So those are the goals, right? We have them engaged. They're doing some kind of a grand opening. We know their goals. Okay. Next thing, you can use these welcome calls to actually re-engage somebody who has died in your team, not like literally died, but they're no longer engaged in Trinot. Okay. I love doing this. You can call them. Maybe this is somebody that joined your team, I don't know, 3 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago. Maybe you're digging in. Some of you leaders, you have lines that you have like 50 people in, 20 people in, 15 people in. Maybe you never engaged with all of them. Great. Start digging. Start calling. Okay. Hey, you know what? Jill, I am so excited. I'm one of your leaders here at Trinot. I know you're in my team. I've never had a chance to connect with you, but I'm just so excited. We have some new things going on in Trinot, and I just want to make sure somebody has called you and updated you. Okay. Great. Maybe you're talking to them about the daily health system, whatever it might be. Oh my gosh, talk to me real quick. I just want to get to know you. Tell me what got you excited about Trinot when you joined. It's been 4 months since you joined. Talk to me about what you were most excited about in the beginning, okay? And just let them talk. You guys, leaders have to be listeners. Period. End of story. You've got to listen. If you're not listening to people, and just know the theme of these calls is you're listening for a long time before you're actually doing the coaching and the talking. How in the world are you going to coach somebody if you've not listened to them first and you don't even know where they are? Okay. You've got to know what's going on in their head. They will most likely, if you let somebody talk long enough, they will tell you everything you need to know in order to lead them and motivate them. Okay. So that said, also in this, one more thing, in this drawing, and you're going to draw the money out for them just like you would anybody else. Okay. When you're digging into the team, this right here, I find out when I'm putting their names in the circles and they're telling me why. I almost can tell from this whether somebody's motivated by money or helping people. I know that's crazy, but people go on and on and on about helping people and they start crying about what would happen for their mom if she got better. And I'm like, oh, they're saving the whale. They're the whale savers of the world. Oh, okay. I need to be touchy-feely with this one. The person that's just in a hurry and we got to go, no, they're type A. We got to get to the money and the goals with them. We got to get to the competition. Let's go. Okay. You can tell all kinds of things on these welcome calls. So be aware, be present. I love that Tina does it in the hottest time of her day when she's most on point. You guys, I actually believe that presenting and welcome calls make you more money in Trinont than any other activity you do. So when you look at Jen Dowd's daily method of operation, you're going to see that presenting, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, presenting 3 times a day keeps the bill collectors away. I know I'm a little off topic right now. Three overviews a day keeps the bill collectors away. You want to make money in Trinont, you want to make good money in Trinont, be presenting the opportunity or the plan 3 times a day, okay? Every single day, 3 times a day. That's the goal. And then I say 6 times a day will make you rich. Okay. 3 times a day, 6 times will make you rich. So presenting, welcome calls, and follow-up. Those are the biggest daily method of operations that Jen Dowd does. Okay. And then obviously my social media stuff. But within that social media stuff, there's these 3 things: presenting, whether it's going live on somebody's Facebook or doing a Zoom or doing a 3-way call. There's the welcome calls and there's follow-up. Okay. Back to the welcome calls. You guys, on your downline reporting, you can see who's new in your team in the last 30 days. Call those people. When you get an email saying so-and-so has joined your team, when the best time is to do a welcome call, the very best time to do a welcome call is in somebody's first 24 to 48 hours. Best welcome call you're going to do is right then. That's when they're at the height of their excitement. Okay. So if your team is not too big, you know, some of your teams are too big. You can't do a welcome call to everybody every day. So then do it in the places where the growth is the most necessary or where you're working with a leader that needs most growth. Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. I think we're good. I think we're complete. Okay. So the goal, welcome calls every single day. You absolutely are calling everybody in your organization that is brand new every single day. Okay. You should be doing a few welcome calls a day, literally a few welcome calls a day if you can. If you don't have anybody to welcome, go back and call some of the people that have been in your organization. Hey, I'm just calling you. I've never connected with you. I'm excited for you. Talk to me about what excited you about Trinont. And then get to all the same things that are in the flow chart with them. Okay. Did this help anybody? Anybody feel like maybe the heavens have been opened in any kind of shape or form? Okay, who is ready to do a welcome call today? Who will do a welcome call today? Who's in? I'm going to do a few myself today. You guys ready to rock? Okay, all right. Tina, Joy, Carroll, thank you so much for being on. You're amazing in every way. Thank you to Sarah Hollingsworth. I so appreciate what you added. And let's go just make this day count. Let's make month end count. You guys look and see who we can help get promoted to Jade and all the other positions. And let's go crush it. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.